Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Lambda Ethereum Consensus Daily. And as always, I'm going to start sharing the YouTube link. So that's it. We are live, and the link is already shared in Telegram. Okay, updates. So yesterday I was in the morning talking with Proxima 424, if I remember correctly. He DM'd me from Telegram, and we discussed a bit about a particular issue regarding the subnet info. It's not a really complex issue, but he proposed one way to go forward with it. I commented him some points on where we have been thinking about going. So yeah, that's it. First, then I was mostly testing what we discussed with you, Tommy, on Friday regarding the subnet info. It was in the morning also, so I tested that. I think I already mentioned this in the previous thing because it was yesterday in the morning. But yeah, I tested that and I confirmed that if we like move the way where we subscribe to the subnet info, and we can like get all the sync committee message that we were lost in, like I don't know, like 5% of them in the contributions. So that was that, and then I continue working on the block. Sorry, I not continue. I started working on the block sync aggregate addition, right? So I was working the rest of the afternoon in that. I continue working on it today in the morning, and it was, so I'm not going to claim victory, but it was easier than I thought. I have already been publishing aggregates. They are not working as I expect. Uh, so I'm like really near, but I hope to have it ready for tomorrow. So it was easier than I thought. I hope to have it ready for tomorrow. I'm continue working. I have some things regarding the aggregation bits calculation and the selection of the correct contribution, because we have a lot of contribution for a particular subcommittee. We need to make sure we take the best one, right? So the one with more bits set. And that's great because we already have the count in the bit field that I saw, because I were going to implement a pop count, but it's already in the bit field implemented. So yeah, that's great. And well, I'm going to continue working on that. I hope to have it ready for tomorrow, except something like horrible happen in the middle. But it's easier than what I thought. So that's for it. I also reviewed my own PR regarding the sync contribution. I left some comments, especially regarding things that I'm not like 100 convinced of them, but yeah, to avoid delaying the pair more, I just comment then. Probably if when you go through it, you can share your thoughts about those comments. So that's it. That's all my updates.
That's great. Thanks for the updates. As for me, I've just been reviewing your PR. I'm almost ready. It's a pretty big one, so it took some time. But I should I should have something in the next half an hour or so. So I'm pretty close. No big commentaries. I think there's probably one about possible performance issues, not now and definitely not appearing in kurtosis or maybe even in Sepolia. But we have a manual search for the whole validator list when we want to get the indexes from the pub keys. Uh,
Yeah. I already, so it was already there, and I
ah,
also did like a twin feeling about this could have some problems. Yeah. I'm not sure how much it's used, but yeah, I also see the same thing. So yeah.
yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be terrible because it's just when calculating committees. But even if we do that once an epoch, that puts more pressure into the epoch boundaries, which I think that are already some pretty sensible parts. And especially like if we are approximately we have maybe 1 million validators in mainnet. So if we do a linear search in that whole array multiple times, because we need to do that once per element, or I'm not sure, yeah, or maybe even more. Like Yeah, I'm not sure how many times, but it's an important amount of times. So if we have that in such a big array, we will probably have problems that we don't have any way to test them now, but we will encounter those in mainnet.
Agree.
Which brings me to the next topic that I was interested in, which we will probably get nothing from this conversation, but it's just to start it. Uh, but we need to start. We need to have a way to test stuff with that amount of validators without staking in mainnet, because we will not pay 32 ETH just to test our client, right? When we are ready to put that amount of money, we need to know that we have the things already working, scalable, performant, etc. So on the one hand, like this is my concern. On the one hand, we can do most of that testing in mainnet just as a consensus node without the validator parts, right? So we have some of that already in place. So one option is, if we already are doing the sync committees uh, computation in the state transition section, we will have that already done in state transition. But if we are translating the pub keys to validator indices, and we are doing that in the validator section, then we are not like performance testing that.
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's one of my concerns. Like, I think that at least we can have some level of benchmarking done. We don't even need to have like a full block, like a full node working. But if we at least can like calculate duties on a fake validator array with 1,000,000 elements, or even like we get a mainnet, well, but we won't have any valid validators in that case. Like, we can have something like this. We can get the like a valid state from mainnet, then like change the validator list, add the new pub keys, something like that, build a benchmark. It may not be possible, but I just want to share my line of thought, because we will at least at some point need to test the performance of validator features.
Yes.
Because like we are at this moment very aware of our strengths and weaknesses in state transition, but we have never really tested, like performance tested, the validator features.
Yes.
Again, this is like for probably 2 or 3 iterations after this week, right? Like maybe I'm talking maybe something that will be relevant in a month from now. But
No,
but,
no,
but
no.
it's something that, like, when I saw this in the PR, I thought, hey, maybe we need a way for this to appear naturally, or we won't have it appear until it's too late.
Yes, no, no, no. I completely agree with you, and that was some of my concerns also. So, one of the things that, so we have like a couple of steps in this like complete testing of the validator. So when everything is working on kurtosis, that we are not yet there, but we are pretty close, we might want to test at least one validator in Sepolia. So just to make sure that things work in a not real but mostly real scenario, right? And after that, the thing that you propose is the next one, right? Because we don't know how much strain we will have for going through the million validators in this. So one of the things that I already like changed it in this PR from my initial implementation was regarding the sync subcommittees. One of the things that I thought was, hey, this will be bigger, but now it won't be bigger because sync committees are like capped in all, both in kurtosis and mainnet, but that's not the same with 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 attestations, right?
Yeah.
So everything that we do regarding the all the other calculations, or when we need to have the index of the particular validator, that will be an issue in main for sure,
No,
because
yeah,
as you.
and sync committees might be capped, but if we need to search the whole validator array, even if
Oh,
we
no,
have
yeah,
a
yeah.
cap, yeah,
Regarding
yeah,
regarding the
we still have
validator
that
index,
problem.
that's for sure. But I think that we will have other issues apart from that in
Yeah,
attestations.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I agree. We don't know how much this will impact in a real scenario, right? Where we have 1 million validators. Yeah. Regarding the fetch index, if you saw, I just like copied it, but I saw the same as you saw. it's weird to have an enum index for that and going in through it every time. I thought about making it at least a map, but I said, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I was suggesting the same. So like it's very valid that we don't do this in this PR. Like
Yes.
I'm not claiming that we should do this in this PR.
No, but I agree with you, and I have that in my mind, and I forgot to add that comment because I
Yeah,
added a lot of comments regarding those things, and I forgot about that. So yeah, I agree with you, and that should be a map for sure.
yeah, for sure. Like if we have a pub key validator index map, we are already like 90% there. We don't need anything more than that, at least for now.
Yes, yes, I agree, and that should be probably part of this mixed data part that I added in the duties calculation. So that it should be there, and it shouldn't it shouldn't change any time, right? Except when we have new validators, and that's something that that's something that I'm not sure how we are managing right now, the entry and exit of validators to that particular.
It depends at what level we are talking. Like if we are talking about like the API to do that manually for ourselves, or if we are managing that regarding state transition, because that's already managed in state transition. Like we
Yes.
we read the deposit contract logs, and that's changed on that section of the code.
Okay. So the thing that we need to do is make sure that in each epoch we need to recalculate that, right? Because it could change, or at least we can know if the size. No, the size is not no. We need to recalculate it on every epoch. Unfortunately, yeah. Okay, yeah, I agree. I agree that that's something that we need to change for sure.
All right. Yeah. Again, not something for this PR necessarily, but we should at least have a to do plus an issue.
Yeah, sure. I completely agree. And I have.
Anyway, I'm just spoiling some of the review, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, yeah, great, Tommy. Don't know if you have anything more.
No, I think that's just about it.
Awesome. So regarding the peer review, maybe so if I need to do some change, maybe it will delay a bit the block target that I thought because I wasn't thinking about the changes, but that will took me a bit of time. But I still think that tomorrow I will have the block the sync calculate added to the blocks in this new PR. So great. That's it. So we can continue on Wednesday, right? Let's see. So
Actually, yeah, sorry, I won't be here tomorrow as
okay.
it's a holiday here in Barcelona. So, but I
Awesome.
will be back on Thursday.
Great. Have a great holiday, and I'm going to be in single player mode for one day. So yeah. Well, hope to see you then on Thursday. And
Yeah,
everyone have a good one. We
have a
are
good
almost
one.
people seeing this. I guess this is new.
Oh, nice.